Hi guys, this is Mama Maid. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I did a DIY Bee Hive or Bee Skep. It's pretty much the same thing. But anyway, this was a gift for my mother-in-law and she absolutely loved it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to go step by step and show you the simple, easy way to make this project. First off, the things that you're going to need is a hot glue gun with plenty of glue sticks. I think I used like 10 glue sticks, maybe a little more. You're going to need a little thing of black paint. Definitely don't go with something washable in case this goes outside. A paintbrush of some form, scissors. You're going to want to get this twisted sisal rope, I guess is what it was called. I bought it off of Amazon. I will link down below in the description box the exact item I bought. Amazon does change sometimes and you can't always get the exact thing, but that should get you close enough. Now I do need to say Dollar Tree sells this stuff. I think they call it nautical rope. You would have to buy a lot of them because after my project I used I would say at least 2/3 of this little bunch here. And I don't even know how many of those things you'd have to buy from Dollar Tree. So save yourself some money and buy in bulk this big thing. I think it costs like $9.99. And then I also bought this pot from Dollar Tree. Now they don't carry these year round. It's more of a spring thing. The next slide will show the exact measurements of this specific pot. To go ahead and get started, the first step is you want to put some hot glue very, very close to the ledge of your pot. Stick your rope onto it and just continue to do that the whole way around. Again, keep it as close to the bottom as possible. Now, when you get to where the two ends are going to meet, you're going to just try to make it loop over without being like too blunt and hold it on there for a little bit, and then you just start your next layer. I did apply some extra glue just to kind of keep those fringes down. And again, when you go to put the second layer, put the hot glue as close to the next one as possible and try to wrap your rope very close to the next layer. At the end, when I looked at my project, I can see where some areas I wasn't very, very close and there's a slight little gap. It's not that noticeable, but something I wanted to point out. Try to keep as close to the other layer of rope as possible. So once you're the whole way around, you want to go ahead and just take a moment to pause and add a little loop to the top for decoration. It's probably like 4 to 5 inches. I didn't really measure, I just did a loop and guessed. You want to go ahead and cut the rope there. You want to start up, obviously, from the other end of the rope. You don't want to cut where you are working. So to add the little decorative loop, you just want to put a lot of glue there in the middle. And make sure you hold it on because you're going to need to hold it for a little bit because it might fall until the glue dries, but secure it really well in case somebody pulls it by the lid or by this little loop. That's not what it's for decoration, but you want to make sure it is on pretty secure. So I went pretty generous with the hot glue here. So once you let your little loop dry a little bit, you can go ahead and continue where you were, wrapping your rope close to each other as you get closer and closer to the center. Once I got really close to the center, I went ahead and made a second layer of raised rope just to kind of give it some more height to the top of the pot, because the top of the pot kind of sinks down a little bit. So you can see here I went out maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 rope sizes and just added a little layer of height to the pot. Once you are wrapped the whole way close to the loop, you want to go ahead and cut your rope just a little bit, just enough to cover the remaining parts of the pot that you can see down through the loop. Be very generous with the hot glue and stick it down in there, so that way you can take your little edge of your rope, twist it in there, tuck it in, and I used my scissors to kind of push it down onto that glue. But there you go, you have the pot completely wrapped and you're ready to add the little front loop. So you want to determine where you want your little loop, and I just guessed it's probably like 4, maybe 5 inches of rope. I just made a little loop to what I thought looked good. Then I went ahead and cut it off, as you can see here. And then you want to secure your little piece together by putting some glue and holding it there for a little while, just to get the glue to set up together. And then you can go ahead and apply your little circle. Just make sure you have that area where you first started your pot, where you can see where the second layer went over. Just make sure you flip that to the back, because you don't want that to be the front. So I just put a bunch of glue around the back side of it and went ahead and pressed it on. I did go back and secure it with some extra glue. I thought maybe my mother-in-law would have this outside, and you just want to make sure it is on pretty secure. Now I ended up getting a little bit of glue that was like dripping down from it. I didn't even notice it when my mother-in-law did. She's like, "Oh, did you make that to look like honey?" And I didn't. It just kind of happened like that. But you can definitely do that if you want. So the last step is to paint the inside of the circle black to look like a little opening. So I just used black acrylic paint and a foam brush and painted the inside of it. After I was done with that, I did go back with a regular size paintbrush just to touch up on the inside and try to make it look smooth. Let the paint dry and your project is complete. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.